Welcome back to Mansions of Madness. This is the beginning of turn 12. We're playing Blood Ties, the third scenario in the base game. When we left off, Joe Diamond, Sister Mary down here in the caves, pursued by two zombies, one damaged, one not. They're in a dark room. There are also two zombies over here, and they're sitting by the altar for some unknown reason. All right, let's get into the investigator's turn, and I'm just going to have to check one thing, the specifics on a dark room that Joe and Sister Mary, and if they try to do any ranged attacks. I think there are negatives, but let me just check the rules quickly, and then we'll get back to Joe and Sister Mary's moves. Okay, so a quick check of the rules means when there's a darkness token in a room, if you want to investigate a card, it costs you a movement plus your investigate action. And if you are making any attribute tests, say Joe wanted to shoot at one of these zombies, then he would have to test at -2. So I'm going to use a little bit of, I guess maybe it's a rules sneaky way to do this, but Joe's going to go first. He's going to move one space here, and now he's going to shoot at the zombies, which I believe the Colt 38 has a range of 3. So that is only 2 spaces away. And now that he is not shooting from a space that is dark, he does not get the negative penalty, even though he's shooting into a space that is dark. Now that's the way I believe the rule is written. It may be incorrect, but our investigators are in trouble anyway. So Joe Diamond shooting with the 38. And we need to find, once again, a ranged combat card. And here's one. Okay. Let's take a look. Joe shooting. He's shooting at the damaged zombie. Maybe try to finish him off. It says, you charge the monster, gun blazing, test marksmanship. Well, I guess Joe charging backwards is testing his marksmanship. His marksmanship is 6. So let's see if he can get a 6 or less. And he rolls a 3. Oh, this sounds good. We may have a downed zombie. Let's have a look here. The pass. The shot lifts its body into the air and it flies across the room. Deal weapon damage, and you may move the monster 1 space. Okay, well, weapon damage for the 38 is a 3. He already has 2 damage on him. He has a total damage of 5, which means Joe has just taken out that zombie. Good shooting, Joe. All right, 1 down, 1 to go. Now Joe has 1 more movement left, but I think he's just going to stay in this space because he can investigate this next time. Now Sister Mary could throw the holy water, but because time is running out on our investigator, she is just going to follow Joe into this space, and that's 1 move, and now she's going to do an investigate to look here, and I have a funny feeling, yes indeed, it is the locked cabinet. Now Sister Mary last time had the brass key. It says there's a large cabinet leaning against the wall. Its steel door is tightly locked and requires a brass key. Well, guess what? Sister Mary indeed has the brass key, which she uses to unlock the cabinet, which means we can reveal the rest of the cards. And indeed, the next card coming up is the next clue. It says, Blood Ties, a swarm of bees have claimed the inside of the weathered cabinet. A thumb-sized defender crawls up your arm as you carefully reach past the hive. Your reward, a leather-bound book entitled Cold Earth Storage. Test your willpower. Ooh, okay, well, she has to test her willpower. Her willpower is 7. So it's a good thing she opened up the cabinet, getting the leather-bound book, and indeed she rolls a 7. So she does not take 1, she would have taken 1 damage from the bee. So her willpower, she didn't flinch with the bee crawling up her arm. Way to go, Sister Mary. And there was 1 other card in the cabinet, and it is the magic phrase. Okay, this is another key, and it's discard this card when you attempt to move through a magical lock to discard the lock card. And of course, the clue on the last card said something about cold storage and cold earth storage. Well, there is indeed a root cellar here. So how this game works, you have to decipher the text. So I'm betting that our next place that we need to get to will be the root cellar, which is where we have cold storage. So that was, Sister Mary did one move. She has one more movement left, but I think again she's just going to stay here with Joe Diamond, and they will try and stay together, at least for the rest of the game. Maybe maybe that will help them out. All right, now it's time to go to the keeper area and have him do his evil things. Okay, so here we are at the keeper area. There's been no threat saved from last turn. And Joe and Sister Mary can freely exchange items, but I think Sister Mary is going to keep the magical phrase and the crowbar. And Joe will stay with his 38. So now the next part of the turn for the keeper is to collect threat. He collects 2 threat tokens. So now it is the keeper's turn. I think I'm just going to keep the 2 threat tokens. Actually, I'm going to spend 1 threat token, and I'm going to get 1 mythos card, 1 trauma card. Try and buff up the keeper's choices a little bit, and maybe be able to use them the next time. Or the next time it is a turn, or maybe they lose some health or sanity. All right, that is basically the end of the keeper actions that I'm going to do. So there will be no monster movement this turn, and there's no monsters in the space with Joe or Sister Mary. So we'll go back to the board, a little recap, and then that will be the end of the keeper's turn. Okay, so here we are. We have Joe and Sister Mary down here in the caves. They are trying to come up to the surface again, get over to the root cellar. But of course time is running out, and the last thing that happens in the keeper's turn is a time token goes on the card. There's now 3 of 5, so another couple of turns and this card will be revealed. Okay, that's the end of turn 12. So join me next time for turn 13.